guys, this is Everyday Life, and I've been noticing the weather lately, and it's freaking colder here in Alabama than it is in Antarctica. Wait, what? It's colder here than there? Yes, okay? Antarctica has freaking snow caps and snow everywhere, and in Alabama it's colder here than there. That is not okay. And what I don't understand, people actually like the cold. People actually like the cold. And I'm like, you like the cold? What? You have to like literally walk around in like fur coats and all this stuff to stay warm. And no one likes doing that, probably, except the people like the cold. Like, who likes to like sweat and like be in all this jackets and everything, like when it's cold weather? And then when you like the cold, you like everything to come with it, like with the snow and all that crap. And when it snows in Alabama, it like barely does that. It only does it like every other winter or whatever. When it snows, I go out there in the snow, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love snow. I love snow. 5 minutes later, after playing it and everything, snowball fight, your freaking hands and your gloves are wet, and you got the like waterproof gloves, and your hands all wet inside of that. Your pants wet, your shirt wet, your socks wet. So you come inside shivering like hot chocolate, and you're stripping down because you like super wet from playing in the snow. And that's like not fun. It's like on TV, it looks so much better. It's like they don't get wet at all, and they just like so happy playing it and everything. And then I go out there and I'm freaking wet. It's just like coming out of a pool wet, and it's just like, don't. That's why it's like I don't even see why people like the cold. Then in my house lately, it's been like freaking after earth, where if I go to like one part of my house, and this is like the living area, like the kitchen and the dining room and the living room all downstairs, it's like freaking sub-degree temperatures. Like if I go in there, I'm gonna like die of frostbite. I have to like wear a jacket around my house just to stay warm. So I like stay in like a few rooms. I stay in my room, what you see here, and then I stay in my man cave so I can stay warm and not die because of the sub-degree temperatures and all the other living areas in my house. And then I was riding with my dad to school in his truck, me and my brother. His truck is like old as dirt anyway. It got like 400,000 miles on it, and his blower motor went out, so we had to ride in his truck. And he left we got in there, and I found out he left like some water in there, and it's like frozen. And when water freezes in your truck, it's like, hey, it's gonna be cold. So I get in there and I'm like doing a little thing to see your breath, and you can see your breath in the truck. And we like in there shivering, riding to school. And then my dad over there, he takes one of the water bottles, he think it's not frozen, he throws it on the windshield, and it just makes the windshield more frozen. I'm like, Dad, what'd you do that for? And he said, oh, I thought it wasn't frozen. I'm like, really? So he all driving in the car like this while we still shivering, and we going slow as dirt or cheese or whatever. And he looking through there like this, driving like this, because he can't see out the window. But it eventually clears out, and of course he made it. We didn't die because I'm making this video. Anyway, so I'm just shivering in the truck, and it's like everywhere, it's like cold. It's a mess. I cannot get anywhere warm, and it's just like cold, okay? And then you know how people like say when it's hot, they wish it was cold, and then when it's like super cold, they want it to be hot. It's like you're never like satisfied to like with one temperature, and like then you have some of those days it's like, oh my gosh, it's like perfect. It's just a perfect day to sit on the beach or whatever, and the perfect temperatures. But like when it's like freezing cold outside, people like sometimes I feel like this too. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to like jump in some lava or something because it's so cold, so I can warm up. Then when it's hot as crap, you just want to like jump in like a brick of ice and just be encaged by the ice because it's so hot. And it's like you can't just pick one. And like right now, that's how I feel. I feel like I just want to like jump in some lava and just sit there because it's so cold everywhere. But I feel toasty now because I'm in my room and this is one of the heat spots of the house. So thankfully. But then my brother loves to turn on the air because he can't sleep without some air on. So in the middle of the night, he said he got up and he went and turned on the air. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, thank you Jesus for the heat up here. And I'm laying in the bed, and then like around 1 o'clock or 2, I start like twisting and turning because it's getting cold and colder and colder. And I'm like, oh my gosh, where am I? Where am I? Because it keeps on getting colder. And like, I have trouble sleeping in the cold. Like, you can't go to sleep in cold. That's why they have like, when you're taking like the ACT or whatever test, it's like freaking cold as crap in the room because they don't want you to go to sleep. It's like hard as crap to go to sleep in the cold. It's like a fact or whatever. You can Google it or whatever. And like, if it's warm and hot, like you like go to sleep. It's like a thing. It's like what people do. So it's cold as crap. And I'm like, I wake up in the morning, my brother's like, oh yeah, I turn on the air. Courtney, it is freaking 12 degrees outside. Why would you turn on the air in the house? It's already cold as crap downstairs. So it's like, I want to stay warm in this cold war of coldness. It's just, well, it's more like a hot war because the cold is battling us. Whatever. So I want to stay warm. That's just the whole point of this video. It is freaking cold as crap, and why is our schools like delaying for 2 hours or whatnot? And like my school's been delaying. My school has been delaying for like 2 hours. They delay the days for like 2 hours. Like, we've been getting delayed 2 hours every day. And like, when we got out of school that Monday, I think they just didn't want to get back from Christmas break. I think the administrators were like, oh, we're not ready to come back from Christmas break, so we're just gonna let everyone stay out Monday and not have school that day. And so, and it's like, yeah, it was cold outside, but there's like no reason to cancel school. I almost assumed that it was gonna be like black ice on the roads and stuff, but it was like not raining or anything. It like stayed dry the whole day. It was just like freaking 8 degrees. But like, you can go to school. The school has heat. So I just think they weren't ready to go back to school. So yeah, that's basically what has been happening so far with the cold weather. So if you didn't understand the contents of this video, you need to either eat or go to bed. Peace.